It's a question for both of you with things the way they are now. How do you evaluate performances night in and night out at this point in the year?
Same way all year, I think. We have a certain standard that we want to play by. There's going to be things that happen over the course of the game, but there's some non-negotiables that we need to stick to. And, for the most part, it was all right tonight. Turnovers cost us, especially in the first. But we have to find a way to play a little bit more inspired than we did tonight.
Pius, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I can agree on that. I think some small mistakes, can just help each other out, and it was a couple too many tonight.
Are you kind of seeing the compete level not consistently be there in some of these games through these last few weeks or something?
No, I think the last couple of weeks have been pretty good. I thought the Boston games were maybe two of our best. It sucks when the end of the Colorado game happened the way it did and we were down 5-1, but there were some good things that happened in that game. I thought we battled hard in Nashville, so there's the Boston games are the standard though, and if we don't play up to that standard, then that leaves us vulnerable for games like the last two. So I think when you put down a marker and play as well as we did against that team, the best team in the league twice, you don't want to come off of that. And not to say that our effort or intensity hasn't been there, but there's just a different level. And there's just a different level that the playoff teams are gearing up towards right now. And obviously these teams have loaded up. But that's got to be the non-negotiable. And I'm not saying that it was bad. It's just that next level of standard of intensity is what needs to happen night in, night out.
Andrew, is there a learning curve where both these last two games, they've been close, but then the opponent has pulled away, a learning curve just to not let that happen?
It's 3-2 game with 4 minutes to go here. It's not like we got totally outplayed or anything like that. But it's hard night in, night out against these teams, and you get up for 2 games as good as Boston, but Colorado won the Cup. How can you not get up for that game? This team's beaten. I don't know. I saw something today Detroit 11 times in a row. How do you not get up for that game? So it's just the night in, night out consistency that we got to find. You got to find that intensity that we played the Boston games with every night.
You've been in a lot of playoff runs here lately. How strange is it to not be in that situation, or how disappointing, I guess, too?
Yeah, I think my first year was the last, our coach, who's on the other bench, was it's game 60 or whatever. He's like, all right, we're not making the playoffs, so I'll treat you like men if you guys act like men. And I was kind of confused at what that exactly meant. And now, now I'm on the other side a little bit as a vet after being in 5 straight playoffs. It's these games, you got to find a way to inspire your teammates and inspire yourself, but that can be hard. So that's our challenge. That's the challenge from the older guys in the room to find that inspiration, and for the younger guys, it's proving that you belong in the NHL. There's a lot of guys that we have that are, fighting for spots going forward. Everyone is really. So you got to kind of find that gear to push yourself.
Pius, you were here last year when things kind of fell apart there late in the season. How do you prevent that same thing happening here now over these last 14 games or whatever?
Like Andrew said, I think that the non-negotiables, the standard, want to set, want to go out with a good feeling as well, and just on each of us to just kind of show up and be ready to play. And besides that, for a level, you also got to play the right way and make the plays and play the system.
Pius, it's been all over the board kind of year for you. You're on every line, it seems like, in every situation. Are you happy with the opportunity that you've taken, the opportunity you've had and have been producing?
Yes, you're happy when you get more ice time, you get more chances. It's nothing crazy new for me. Being all over the lineup, kind of used to it. Been playing a couple of years pro now as well, so it's just you take what you get and you try to give that confidence back.
How do you assess tonight?
easy offense in a couple situations for them. Obviously, the turnover for the first goal against. And then the easy goal on 4, we didn't need that. We had momentum. We were playing well in the period. That's not us. Why we had 5 players below the dots or below the tops of circles, I have no idea. Maybe asking a little too much of some of our D in that top 4 role now. They haven't played there all year. And, didn't give us a chance. I really felt we had a really good chance to tie that game up. And then probably our inability to finish with a couple of our chances in the second. Probably could have got out of there with a second goal. So it's frustrating. It's probably a reality of where it's at. Just having to slot some of these guys and a couple of our D. I think we're -5 tonight. And it's tough to get frustrated with them. It's just an increased role. It's just kind of a reality of where they're slotted right now.
Just looking at your D tonight, and Evanson had to leave. I know he came back, but is everything okay there with him?
No, I don't know. He's going to get it looked at now. So I give him credit for coming back, but he's got some comfort there. So he's back with the doctors. Going to do a picture of it now.
How did you feel about his minutes prior to that?
Great. I thought he was our best D tonight. Created some plays. Gapped. Was hard. Loved the play. We almost got the tire. Him creating a play on the back door there. So some positives. Even a little growth over his last game.
Is Lindy pretty close to coming back?
Lindy's pretty close. Probably not 100%. May have to plug him in tomorrow. If not, it'll just be whatever's available down in GR to fill that spot.
Derek, in the first period with the turnovers leading to a couple of goals, and does that just show you had like absolutely zero margin for?
Yeah. I think that's. I know obviously Razor's turnover is egregious, ends up being an easy goal for them, but we had 3 or 4 before that, and that's their identity. They're a really good forechecking team. They stay on top of you. They turn pucks over. They've got good sticks. They'll even hang in there a little extra and give up some odd mans back the other way. But that's who they are, and if you feed it, that's what it's going to look like. So, yeah, I mean, it's just the whole margin of error. Like, even the frustration with the ref, the ref's not bad. It's the 1 or 2 calls every night because our margin's so frustrating. If we're finishing, it's just another call. So, yeah, the margin of error is very thin. It's frustrating. We're going to need to hang in there.
Andrew Copp said that this team needs to find a way to play more inspired than they
of
did
course.
tonight.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you do that? Like, what's the answer?
I
to
think
that?
pride, you work on habits. Tonight was different. Frustrating is the 2 previous games we played pretty well, and I wouldn't say we deserved a better fate. We could have easily found ways to win either or both of those games. Tonight we hung in there. They're an uncomfortable team to trail because they're so good in transition. They lean offense. They're great at it. They're instinctive at it. And you can't give it to us. Unfortunately, we just handed them the 4th goal, and that didn't give us a chance.
What did you think of Billy tonight after being pulled?
Good, fine. He probably reflects our game, our team. He was okay. I mean, obviously, a point shot beat him. It's the National Hockey League. Point shots cannot beat you. Unfortunately, that was the only goal of the second period. But with that said, he had some elite saves, which is good, and gave us a chance there in the end.